Hello, everyone. The northeast Nigeria has been the primary region affected by insurgency. It's interesting to know that some part of this northeast is relatively peaceful. For example, Taraba State. State is wonderful. It's one of the most peaceful states in Nigeria. Taraba State, as you all know, is, you can call it Mambila Plateau, have a lot of great farming activities, tea plantations, and great landscape. In this video, we will cover why insurgency like Boko Haram cannot happen in this part of the state.
Why did some regions resist capture during the height of insurgency in northeastern Nigeria? From 2009 onward, Boko Haram seized ground and terrorized communities across the northeast. They dominated parts of Borno, Yobe, and Adamawa. Yet Taraba, sharing long borders with conflict zones, never fell to sustained control. Despite attacks and painful losses, the state largely evaded a full-scale takeover. Understanding why Taraba held teaches how local conditions shape conflict outcomes. It matters for policymakers and, most of all, for families on the front line. Between 2012 and 2016, incursions tested Taraba repeatedly, but were repelled. The answer blends geography, local resilience, and coordinated security response. Taraba offers a vital counterpoint. Capture is not inevitable. Unlike the open Sahel, Taraba is defined by the Mambila Plateau, steep escarpments, and deep valleys. Technicals and large convoys falter on winding grades and fragile roads. Movement often reverts to foot or small transport, slowing any advance. Major rivers segment territory, isolate communities, and block control. Sparse bridges become choke points, easy for defenders who know the ground. Forests and bush conceal ambush sites unfamiliar to outsiders. Villagers know every trail, water source, and hiding place. Holding rear bases proved untenable in this terrain. Towns in valleys and on ridges must be taken one by one at high cost. The terrain forced sporadic raids, not conquest, preserving Taraba's sovereignty. Taraba's strength ran through its people, dozens of ethnic groups with firm community ties. Chiefs, pastors, and imams mobilized unity and defiance. Collaborators found no sanctuary. Infiltration became risky and rare. Local vigilantes knew the terrain and the faces, eyes and ears for formal forces. They gathered timely intelligence on movements and threats. Often, vigilantes met raiders first, buying time for army or police. They defended their own families, farms, and ancestral lands, motivation that endures. A mixed Christian-Muslim landscape rejected violent extremism. Communities inoculated themselves against propaganda and coercion. Across Taraba, local willpower turned towns into hard targets. Boko Haram's center of gravity lay around Sambisa and the Lake Chad basin. Resources, leadership, and major objectives focused north of Taraba. Attacks in Taraba skewed opportunistic loot, terror, testing defenses. They lacked logistics and surplus manpower to open a new front here. Territorial annexation never cohered in Taraba's difficult terrain. Nigerian forces set up bases and checkpoints along main approaches. Garrisons deterred larger thrusts and protected key centers. Informal partnerships shared tips that led to raids on bush camps. Military firepower plus community agility formed a barrier insurgents struggled to breach. Natural defenses, unified people, enemy overstretch, and a present security response kept Taraba unconquered. Kindly like, comment, and share to support the fight against terrorism.